Hello, my name is Shane Anderson, and I'm the senior pastor of the Newmarket Seventh-day Adventist Church in Newmarket, Virginia, here in the United States. For the last 12 years, it's been my privilege to be the pastor here on this campus, which has not only a church building, but also two schools, a primary and a secondary school. This is an active place to be, a lot of energy and liveliness. It's also been my privilege to learn a great deal about Adventist education during my time here. Some of those lessons have been easy to learn, others have not been so easy. But today, I have a pretty good understanding of how it is that Adventist schools work best. But truth be told, these lessons didn't just start here on this campus. You see, when I was a child, my mother made sure that I was sent to Seventh-day Adventist Christian schools. That was not an easy thing to do. You see, we grew up very poor. My father was not around. My mother worked hard at the jobs that she had, but wages were not high. And even when she would work long hours, often there was still not enough money to go around. We struggled to buy clothing sometimes and to pay the rent for sure. But there was one thing that always took top priority, and that was the tuition bill for the Adventist schools. As most of you probably know, Adventist education is not free. It costs a lot of money. My mother decided, however, that whatever it took, her two children would go to Seventh-day Adventist schools. She was such a strong believer in that over the years she ended up spending tens of thousands of dollars to make sure that that's exactly where my sister and I got our education. And I am so glad that she made that sacrifice. You see, when I went to Adventist schools, not only did I have an excellent academic education, but I learned most importantly to know Jesus Christ as my personal friend and Savior. I can honestly tell you that if I had not gone to Adventist schools, not only would I not be a Christian today, but I certainly wouldn't be a pastor. But because my mother made that sacrifice, I am where I am today by the grace of God and her generosity. For the last 6 years, it's been my privilege to be able to travel in North, Central, and South America to talk about, to teach about, to preach about Seventh-day Adventist education. You've probably noticed, but Adventist education has been facing some serious challenges, not just here in the United States, but all over the world. And so for the last 6 years, I've been able to speak to more than 10,000 pastors, teachers, and lay people about the importance of Adventist education and how it works best. It's going to be my privilege to be with you next week, October 27 to 29, there in Chiapas. I'm looking forward to it. I've never been to Chiapas, and I am hoping that we can have an excellent time together. Will you come to our meetings? I know that some of the meetings are just for educators, but if there's a meeting that you're able to attend, would you consider coming? I'd love to have a chance to meet you and to discuss what to me is one of the most important and effective discipleship tools in the world, Seventh-day Adventist schools. I'm looking forward to seeing you, and may the Lord continue to bless you as you serve Him and do His work.